What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Mitch, and this video we are going to talk about how 2022, the year I learned how to read. Let's get into it. You might be wondering, what do you mean you just learned how to read this year? But it's true. Last year I read 0 books, and this year I'm already up to 7 books on the year. And when I say that, I mean like I just learned how to love to read. I was never a reader in the past, and I still don't consider myself a reader, but I definitely learned how to enjoy reading a lot more. My sister got me into the Harry Potter series, so I'm going to rank the first 5 Harry Potter books from best to worst. I think if you can start with a series, it definitely makes it a lot easier to go from one book to the next because it's a logical sequence. But yeah, I'm up to book 7 on the year so far, and I'm pretty proud of that. That's 7 more than I read last year. We'll see how many I can read by the end of this year, 2022. I'm hoping to get to over 10 if I can. But yeah, would also love to finish the Harry Potter series. I know I got a lot of reading left to do, but without further ado, let's get into the top 5 Harry Potter books of the first 5. Okay, the top 5 Harry Potter books out of the first 5 books, because those are the only ones I read at this point. Starting at number 5, we have The Chamber of Secrets. Now, this wasn't a bad book. It was a fine book. It just out of the first 5, it just doesn't compare. It's not comparable to the rest. Kind of feels like a little bit of a filler book, and I think the story that was told just wasn't the most compelling out of the other ones in the top 5. So that's why it comes in at number 5 on my list. At number 4, the one I just read, we have The Order of the Phoenix. This book was good overall. It was also 866 pages. It took me a couple weeks. Keep in mind, I'm not the fastest reader. It took me a couple weeks to even get into this thing. I think the first 600 pages, Harry was just getting beat up and kicked around and bullied, and Umbridge was just making him bleed from his hand. It was just a hard book to read, and I felt so bad for the guy. Definitely picked up at the end. I love the ending. I thought all the action that took place in the Department of Ministries was incredible. But just the whole course of the book is why it's going to be number 4. Number 3, we have the Sorcerer Stone classic first book, Hero's Tale of Harry, Ron, and Hermione. I think out of all the books, Ron might have been the funniest in this book. He's just laugh out loud. Probably arguably the funniest character in the whole series. The dude just makes me laugh every time I read something that he says. The first one of the series, you just can't go wrong. J.K. Rowling killed it. And yeah, that's why it comes in at number 3. At number 2, we have The Prisoner of Azkaban. Another great one. I think my favorite part of this one was the implementation of the animagus. This was just a good book, top to bottom. I think the last 200 pages of this book were the best portion of any Harry Potter book that I've read to this point. It was just incredible. That ending was just captivating, and I was on the edge of my seat. I think I was reading it on a plane, and I was just like, oh my goodness, just screaming to myself, this is so good. That's why it comes in number 2. Solid book. At number 1, we have The Goblet of Fire. Top to bottom, the best Harry Potter book out of the first 5. Triwizard Tournament. Everything about this book. The port keys, just the foreshadowing was incredible. The storytelling was phenomenal. Easily the best book out of the top 5. No debate. This was incredible. And I loved it. I finished this one the quickest, even though it was one of the longer ones. I am up to 7 books on the year so far. I read The Kite Runner that my mom gave to me. That was a great book. It was a phenomenal book by Khalid Hosseini, and that really kicked me off this year to get going and reading a bunch of books. Shout out to my mom for that one. I also read A Million Miles in 1,000 Years by Donald Miller. That book was really a truly interesting book. Not something that I typically pick up, but I absolutely loved it. Shout out to Katie for that one. Definitely gonna try and check out some other Donald Miller stuff because he is a great writer. Knows how to put, knows how to tell a compelling story, and I learned some cool stuff about his story and his life that made me want to get more interested in reading. So if you're interested in a good book, I definitely recommend that one. Yeah, I'm making my way through the Harry Potter series, hoping to finish it before the year end, and we'll keep it going, man. 2022, the year I learned how to read. Hopefully next year we can only build on this momentum, keep reading more. If I can read 10 to 15 books this year, maybe I can read 20 to 30 next year. You got to set goals for yourself. And I think that reading is a great way to just improve a lot of areas of your life, your knowledge, your patience, your understanding, and we'll keep going. If you have any book recommendations, hit those comments below. Thanks for tuning into the video, and we will see you guys next time. We have tons of content coming. The Rest and Rumble, my canvas is finishing up. Lots of other content on the way. If you're interested, hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely helps the channel out. And thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time. Peace.